And we are in. It took me a little second to fiddle with the volume buttons, but we're good. We're good. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Iodrarune Fables. Um, I am, of course, your DM for the first section. Um, Avalon, she, her, or they, them. And of course, just a quick note about our format, just for anyone who is unfamiliar. Our streams are split between two games. The first is about 90 minutes and is DM'd by me. The second is after a 15-minute break, it is DM'd by Tiff and will last about 60 minutes. So, all in all, our stream should be around 3 hours total, given our breaks and our intros and things like that. Um, the games always take place in the same world, but not always on the same landmass or anywhere near each other. And yeah, that brings us to our current game. Let's go around the table. Y'all say who you are and who you're playing. Just to pick someone at random. Devin, who are you? Who are you playing?
Hello, my name is Devin. He, him. I am playing a water genasi paladin by the name of Cesario Figaro.
Indeed. And Tiff, who are you? Who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Tiff. I am playing Laurel. She probably has a last name, but I forget what it was. I should probably go look that up at some point.
It could be important eventually, maybe.
Dun,
Um,
dun, dun.
and last but only physically least, Vice, who are you and who are you playing?
Hello, I'm Vice. I use they them pronouns, and I'll be playing Cricket, who also uses they them pronouns. Little Kenku rogue.
Absolutely.
Friend.
All right, for a piece of DM inspiration, um, would anyone like to give us a recap of of the game so far?
Yes, I'll do my best to attempt.
Please.
We started off learning with Cesario learning the concept of what a cat is. Um,
Did he
I'm not sure if
learn?
he's learned that.
It
I don't
sounded
know.
Probably not.
sounded more
It,
like he
it's become
argued.
a yeah. It's become a little bit of a game to mess with Laurel. It's like, is that a cat? No, is that a
Oh,
cat? To him at least.
look at that big rocky
We
dog, he says, pointing at the mountain.
yeah. We came across a traveling stone, of which was often used as like a hot spot for camping and wayward travelers. Um, we left some offerings, mine in the shape of a symbol of Umberly that
Yeah.
may or may not bite me in the back. Who knows? Um, we have managed to make our way to the small uh, tourist town of Threshold, where we picked up 12 bottle rockets. Um,
Indeed. Each of you also plied your skills on the streets of Threshold to obtain a little coin, and each of you, what did you all do again? Laurel
I
made portraits, right?
Yes, I did kind of quick non caricatures, but like the quick chalk
Yeah, yeah,
drawing
yeah.
type of things.
And then Cricket found an underground chicken racing. Uh,
Yeah, I bet on some chickens.
yeah, I remember. And then Cesario won an arm wrestling competition, didn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
surprise.
I am
And that
surprised. Your dice have been
surprise
very
response.
unkind to you lately. Um Awesome. Yeah. Go ahead and take your DM inspiration and we are going to hop in. Um so yeah, I you guys worked a little bit mostly. Some of you just gambled. Worked a little bit to obtain some coin. Swiftly spent a portion of it on some bottle rockets and firework related things. Um, and then I went to the local inn and bedded down for the evening. Um, we're going to go ahead and fast track just a little bit to get you back on the road, but I will say, so the one of the big draws of Threshold, and the reason it is a tourist town of sorts, is because the main road that goes through the mountains, the half of the Dragon Crest Mountains that are on this island, is through Threshold, hence the name. Part of that path can be a trip through the Dragon Crest mines that have been sort of repurposed into a railway or something in between sort of a railway and a theme park ride. So some of the tunnels have been reinforced and they've been like prettied up in various ways to provide a sort of attraction that also serves a function of getting people through to the other side. So I guess question for you guys is, do you want to take the road, walk your way through the valley between the mountains, or do you want to take the canyon ride, the mine cart ride?
I mean, the minecart ride sounds pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Regrettably, sorry, a quick aside. Regrettably, I am not in possession of music at the moment. There were some technical difficulties, so the silence is unfortunately something we are stuck with for the evening. That being said, the minecart ride, as you wish. You can purchase tickets for the mine ride for 1 gold each.
Cricket is going to pay for everyone, just kind of flaunting their win from the previous night.
Oh yeah, you made out like crazy, didn't you?
Like a
Some would
wee
say
little
like a bandit.
Indeed, like a
That's
bandit. Like a scoundrel, like the scoundrel you are. No, awesome. You can also get like commemorative things for this if you want. Monogrammed mugs, that sort of thing. If any of you want any, I was at the Dragon Head. I was at the Dragon Crest mines, sorts of tourist knickknacks. That's the word I wanted. Any kind of like knickknacks or anything like that, you can also purchase those. If there's anything in specific that you want, let me know.
Do we get a commemorative anything for having such an expensive ticket?
I will say that each of you you are given, partly in the interest of safety, partly in the interest of theming. You are each given a sort of hard hat, a protective helmet, that has a very stylized dragon crest on the front, and that is a part of the ride. Due to safety regulations, they can't reuse the helmets anyway, so they give them away with the tickets as like a little commemorative thing. So you can each put that you have a miner's helmet if you want.
Yay.
But yeah, no. So you wait in line for a while, and it does take a while. This tourist town is rather busy, but eventually you hand over your tickets, and a dwarven teenager, just scraggly little beard and thoroughly bored look, takes your gold, hands you your tickets and your helmets. Just are you ready to go? Have you been through the mines before?
No.
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 All right. Well, he pulls out like a little notepad looking thing. Just be sure to keep your hands and feet inside the cart at all times. Don't stand or terrible things might happen. Stay inside the cart until the ride comes to a stop outside of the tunnels. And if you happen to find anything loose in the mines, do not keep it. It is the property of the city of Threshold. Do you understand?
Laurel nods vigorously, like, "Oh, yeah, yes, of course. No, yes, we understand."
All right.
Cricket nods and understand.
Air quotes.
Sorry, the mimicry never fails to tickle me. I love it. Um, all right, so you are each. There are little like seat belts of sorts inside these. You get the impression that these mine carts have been sort of retrofitted to be passenger things rather than like heavy lifting things. Um, but there are straps, and you can you strap yourselves in, and after you're all situated, he pulls this lever, and slowly you sort of begin like, and eventually you reach a sort of crest and dip down. And moving through the mines, there are a lot of like twists and turns and hills and things. And you get the impression that a lot of this cart's movement is momentum based more than anything. Um, but let's say roll perception checks, all three of you, as you whiz through the no longer functional mine tunnels, mine shafts, even.
Going strong with my usual 12.
17.
Nice. So Saria notices nothing. Um, so the place is relatively well lit. Part of it looks like bioluminescent fungus and moss like creations that line a lot of the tunnels, but in some places it is just torch sconces that are jammed into the wall. Um, Cricket has difficulty perceiving much in these tunnels. It moves very, very quickly. But Laurel does notice the odd giant spider deeper in some of the tunnels. There are places where the tunnels really open up into caverns, and there is the occasional giant spider as you pass through. Um, you can do with that what you want, but Laurel
Oh
notices,
my.
yeah, giant things in the dark.
Laurel is just kind of looking up, and you can see her kind of grabbing her robes and pulling a little bit tighter as they go through like little strands of web here and there, just like little shivers kind of down her spine.
Of course. Um, Coming out the other side after a fair bit, it seems like the tunnel ride, while faster than walking, is not an instant thing. Um, Coming out the other side, uh, you are ready to go for the day. You do pass through another gift shop if there's anything you wish to obtain before you leave. And you can also get like some simple supplies like food and things like that here if you want to.
Does
But
it seem like there's anything here that might be useful in the future, whether it's supplies, or do we know if there might be like a super excited patron of the mine cart in the areas that we're going?
ah, hmm, that's a good question. Roll just a straight wisdom check for me.
Wisdom.
Hmm.
18.
Okay, so
That's pretty fantastic.
it's possible. But you do know that TyrSol is an island. You do know that no one's really been to or from the island, as far as anyone's aware, in 150, 200 years. Um, so maybe not anything for TyrSol, where these souvenirs might be useful. However, you do also know that you will be passing through the town of Crossroads, and of course, you are going to the town of Summit, where you'll be catching a ferry to the island. Well, not really a ferry, because that implies that it's like a regular thing. A boat to the island. Um, As far
Fantastic.
as far as anything obviously useful, they don't sell like weapons or anything like that. This is very much a gift shop. But you don't know. Some of it might be, useful to, bribe a child or something of that nature where it's like, look at this cool thing I found. Maybe you can give us something else in return, sort of thing. Um,
What do the prices kind of look like?
huh. Um, that's a good question. So, um, excuse me, sorry. Um, sorry, trying to adjust a thing and it wasn't clicking through. There we go. A lot of these things are priced to be priced to imply that they're special. You know what I mean? Like gift shop stuff is always like not expensive per se, but like sorry, words are failing me at the moment.
Overpriced.
Overpriced, but not to the point of being like off-putting. It's more just like, ooh, I'm getting a special thing because this was, 2 silver instead of 6 copper. That's a pretty big
Laurel will
difference,
just,
but you know what I
yeah,
mean.
it's like Laurel will just kind of look through things, not really terribly interested in look like actually getting anything, but just kind of noting the prices, keeping it in mind in case something in the future pops up so that she can refer
Sure.
back to it if necessary.
Do Cricket and Cesario want to buy anything?
Cricket is actually quite interested in looking around almost for like, you know how at some gift shops they'll be like, here's a like child's toy replica of this artifact. Like Cricket's looking for something like that to potentially like bribe or confuse strangers.
See, I thought
Sure.
that they'd be totally down for those like polished rocks that you find at like every gift store everywhere. Just like it's a
Oh
polished
yeah.
rock.
This
Would
is
also be very down for that.
okay, so I didn't realize what you were looking for. Yes. There are like tumbled stones and that sort of thing. Semi-precious stones, nothing particularly valuable. You're not going to find like a gold nugget. But like, little quartzes, amethysts, rose quartzes, the kinds of stuff that you'd find in like a zoo gift shop sort of thing. Sorry. Cricket, roll an investigation check.
Heard.
Holy
23,
crap.
natural 20.
Yeah, so the main thing that's in line with what you're looking for that you find is a replica of a crown of the mountain kingdom that used to run these mines. It was a dwarven kingdom, perhaps a little cliche in a fantasy setting, but it's a classic for a reason. Anyway, um, you find a replica of that crown. It is priced like it's a real crown, but looking it over, you're accustomed to looking for valuable things. You are very familiar with what precious metals taste like and feel like. Um, this is iron that has been painted or gilded in some way. Um, they say it's 5 gold. Whether you pay 5 gold is a question for you. But you do get the impression that to someone who isn't as practiced at looking for valuables, it might fool them into thinking it's real gold, maybe even the real crown. Um, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna think over a little plan. So, Cesario, if you have anything that you're looking for, by all means.
Cesario is just kind of like looking at the t-shirts. Like, does this one fit? Small. No. Does this one fit?
Sure.
Small? No. Ah,
Just
this
for
one
fun, roll
fit?
me.
Medium? No.
Just for fun, roll me an investigation check.
Oh, here's the natural one. Here we go.
Cause
No, that's not a one. But where investigation?
yes, please.
Uh, I can read. Okay. No. Okay, that's not anything better. Ah, 6.
That's not too bad. Okay, so something I wanna mention real quick just before we keep going. Do keep in mind that rolling well and rolling poorly don't necessarily mean you do the thing or don't do the thing. Sometimes it might
Yeah.
mean that sorry. When you roll really well, it might mean that you get close to doing the thing if it's something that's impossible or something like that. And rolling poorly might not mean that you don't accomplish the thing you're trying to do. It might just mean that it takes longer or is done poorly in some way. In this instance, I just wanted to clarify a little philosophy about how I think about dice rolls. In this instance, I will say it takes you some time. Whether you want to spend that time is up to you, but it would take you quite a while to find the size that you need. It seems like either they sell out of them quickly or they don't stock very large sizes. Um yeah.
I think I'll spend about. I think you'd spend about maybe like 5 minutes and like just give up.
Okay. Um Unfortunately, you do not find a t-shirt in your size then. Um does
Out and just kind of go back to the group.
Sure. I'll say that while Laurel is sort of looking around the shop and gauging things, you do also notice Cesario looking through the stack of t-shirts and then getting dismayed.
She would go pick up every t-shirt he threw on the floor and start folding it and putting it back.
Not that much of an animal.
You haven't done a lot to suggest otherwise. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um,
Wow.
um. Okay, cool. Cricket, have you determined your plan of action yet?
I think so.
All right.
So I think Cricket is gonna go ahead and walk up to, I guess, like the cashier, the clerk, with the crown, and it's going to try a little bit of sleight of hand trickery, and we'll put the coins onto like the countertop that kind of go in like a gold, silver, 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 gold. That
Okay.
way, still paying for some of it, just not the whole asking price because it's not a real crown.
Sure. Um, roll, roll a sleight of hand, please.
It's real if you believe hard enough.
Okay, give me just a second here.
That is a 17.
In my hubris, I did not get my dice out beforehand.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. The person running it, human woman, middle aged maybe. She looks at the crown. Her glasses are sort of like hanging on the tip of her nose. Looks at the crown, looks at you, and just like without really looking at the gold too much, just slides it off the counter into her other hand and gestures for you to take the crown.
Nice.
So you,
Cricket will go ahead and just kind of like put it on themselves for a little bit and like point at it as like they look to the rest of the party on the way out, just kind of like doing the little like chittering of the beak and excitement before putting it into the bag.
Laurel will
Pretty.
kind of giggle along with that. Like,
Very
um,
pretty.
awesome. All right. So did Laurel want to buy like some tumbled stones or? I imagine there are like little like not models per se because they're the actual thing, but like little little bitty like ingots of iron or um like Copper,
Realistically,
iron or copper, little bitty like ingots.
yeah, realistically at this point with her less than stellar funds, um the only thing she might be interested in is like if she were to find a good deal on like diamond dust or, things that could be used as initial components for other things. So she's not there yet.
Unfortunately, this is not the place for spell components.
Yeah.
I regret to inform you that the gift shop
I
does not
figured as
sell.
much, but
No, it never hurts to ask. Yeah, no. All right, cool. So you all set back on the road, um, and it's late morning. Maybe heading towards noonish by the time you get back on the road. Roll a d20 for me, someone.
not me.
Uh, I'll go for it.
Okay.
Pick up a different guy. This one's not liking me today. God,
Devin,
good lord.
Devin, roll it
He
at
is.
disadvantage, please.
Oh no.
So this is the first roll.
Ooh.
This is the second roll.
Oh, good, good, good. It's
What are they?
nice to see patterns maintain. It's a 2 and a 1.
1 and 2.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so by the time you get on the road, it's about noon. And while the day seemed like it was going to be clear early on, uh, about an hour away from the mines, clouds start moving in. 15, 20 minutes after that, rain and thunder starts going, and it seems like it is full on thunderstorm at the moment, and for most of the day. This unfortunately turns most of the ride into, or most of the traveling into.
Oh, it's raining.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
reading.
right?
Isn't that cool?
I know. I was just about to like exclaim, like, "Whoa, cool!"
Yeah, no, that honestly, that is one of the big reasons we chose to do this on Foundry, because that effect is so flippin' cool. Anyway, so what's that?
I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was looking down at my dice, just kind of
Yeah.
like swearing at them silently, and I look up and it's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
I
cool?
really
Good.
wish I could. I wish I could do like lightning flashes. I think that'd be really really cool. But
I feel like we can probably find them in time when we have time
yeah,
to devote to such
it's
things.
it's the time. It's the time. Yeah. So the day is very slow progress, unfortunately. Um, while you thought you could get a good day, maybe a little more even, of travel in, particularly with getting through the mountains quicker on the carts, you end up making about a half day's travel. Before it seems like it starts getting dark. Um, as you start heading into the night, thankfully the rain does seem to let up for the most part. But everyone roll perception for me.
Oh, nope. Oh, there you go. Throughout the ride, throughout the day, it was raining. Cesario is a happy camper. He's nice and moisturized.
I like that he's just like thinking about moisturizing. Laurel has a 12.
Cricket is not enjoying the rain much.
I feel like
That's a 10.
I feel like Cricket just keeps like twitching and shaking their feathers, trying to like get water out over and over and over.
Oh yeah, like the head is just shaking. The wings are like flapping every once in a while. That's just like spraying Cesario and Laurel more.
Cesario is fine. He's thoroughly enjoying himself.
I think
This
Absolutely.
is what he needed.
we established a long time ago that like Cesario is just always wet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because he's a water genasi.
Yep.
Damp man.
I'm a water
Yes.
boy.
One of them
Damp noodle.
one of them wet humans. All right, so Cricket, unfortunately, you don't notice much on this travel. The rain is pretty distracting in a lot of ways. Um, But Cesario notices first a good place to camp towards towards the onslaught of the evening. And I'll say you notice it first. Do you want to call out to it in any way or anything of that sort?
Yeah. He'll point it out. I was like, hey, look, that looks like a nice overhang or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
look,
You see a spot, sort of a bald spot between the trees, where you still have a view of the road, but you're not close to it, strictly speaking. Um, and you have the option of setting up for camp.
this seems like a good place to set up for a little bit. Maybe the storm will pass after a while.
Shame, but yes, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay. So you guys move off of the road to set up a camp. I will be pulling you to a new map. There we
Oh,
go.
I'm black and white.
Yes, that's on purpose. Friendly reminder that dark vision is colorless. Um,
Oh.
yeah, that's a thing, right? It's cool. Anyway, so you guys set up for the camp. You've got your I forgot to keep the rain on. Whoopsie. Oh well, that's fine. You guys set up for camp. Oh, I should have waited to pull you to this. Anyway, sorry, I keep second guessing myself. Anyway, you set up for camp. Build your little fire in a spot where the grass isn't growing, and settle in for the evening. Um, which of you are you taking watches? First question.
Yes.
If we're taking watches, Laurel will pretty much always ask for the morning watch.
Okay. So Cricket and Cesario, who is taking first watch?
How dark is it right now?
At this moment, darkness is a little bit away. It is the sun is definitely going down. You're probably looking at like half an hour before we actually get to um full dark. I set the map
Gotcha.
up for full dark ahead of time and then pulled you to it too early. Um
Cricket, I can take second watch, so that way you have some light to see further on for a little bit.
Cricket will nod and just friend.
Friend,
Friend.
and he'll tap his chest piece where the amulet is. Friend.
It's friends.
And I guess since Cricket will be taking the first watch, we'll go ahead and just before getting ready for that, we'll make sure that they can set up their lantern and oil with some of like the still lit fire. So even if the rain uh, covers the fire, there's still some light.
sure. Gentle reminder that you do happen to have a magic item as well.
Oh, that's right. I do have the sparkle stick.
Sparkle stick!
Yeah, that's what it's called, Sparkle Stick.
Well, then never mind. Forget the lantern. I'm using that.
All right, cool. So, where do you want your you have dancing lights, which means you have four like globules of light. Where do you want them placed?
um, I guess I will kind of like place like one near Laurel, but not close enough that it would like keep her up, like right outside of their tents. So like one right outside of Laurel's tent, one right outside of Cesario's tent, and then the other two will be near Cricket.
Yeah. Okay. Give me just a moment.
Someone sounds unhappy.
Yeah,
Need the pets.
she doesn't like the door being shut actually.
I thought you left it open.
I left my curtain open.
Oh.
I left access to the blanket fort. I'm gonna go open that door in just a second.
All right.
Just
Poor
turn on
kitty.
these lights.
That's so neat.
Saddest kitty ever.
my cats both came like running up to the computer, like looking at the screen,
Like,
expecting to
there's a
see
cat
another
there? Where's the kitty? Where's the kitty?
Friend?
Friend?
Alright, I will be right back. I'm so sorry. Give me just a second.
Oh, you're fine.
So fun to see, like, just the animation with the lights and everything, though.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really
Cool,
cool.
isn't it? Like, yes, you can see things. It's such a fun program to play with. I am reminded I need to add my ribbit to my character sheet.
All right, I am returned. Okay, so for the moment, please ignore the rubble on the right side of the map. Again, I pulled you here too early. All right, Cricket, you set up for your first watch. Go ahead and roll perception for me.
Yeehaw. Okay. Oh, that is a 22.
Yeah, that's great. Cricket's on fire tonight. You love to see it.
I
Well,
know.
mostly.
Look at my little bird lad.
That 10's sitting there, like a single blade of grass in a freshly mowed lawn. All right, so first part of your night passes without issue. Eventually, the rain stops. An hour or two after dark, but yeah, your watch passes for the most part without issue. Does Cricket try to do anything while the other two are asleep?
Once the rain stops, Cricket is going to, step a little bit more outside of their tent, give a good shake to try to get off all of the water from their feathers, and just kind of like mutters to themselves, like, wet and sad, wet and sad.
Sure, absolutely.
Before eventually drying off enough to just kind of, I imagine we'll kind of like walk in a little bit of like a pace just to keep an eye out for anything, listening into nature for any unusual ruffles or anything within the brush.
Sure. Awesome. Yeah, so you do that. Keep an eye out for anything untoward. Um, your watch passes without issue. You don't notice anything. Um, how do you wake Cesario up?
Cricket is gonna wake up Cesario the same way as last time, just kind of like hop into the like opening of the tent, kind of like ruffle the little flap, and then just kind of like peck at his leg a little bit.
Okay, Cesario, you wake up to that.
He'll kind of like lean over and give Cricket a pat on the head.
Cricket
Thank
will
you.
kind of like coo a little bit.
No.
All right, awesome. So Cricket lays down for their rest. Do they leave the lights up?
Yeah, they'll leave up the lights if Cesario needs them.
Okay.
Works for me. I mean, I have dark vision, but it doesn't really matter too much.
Right.
It doesn't hurt.
Take
Yeah.
all he can get.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Sadness.
All right. So Cesario, roll perception for the first part of your watch.
Ha. Oh, thank God. There we go. Where's my mouse? Oh, it zooms in.
Didn't that cool?
Uh, 17. Cool. Also
Yeah.
announce your rolls, please, just so that they're
That's all right.
out in the open. No, you're good. All right. So first part of your watch seems to pass without incidents. As the storm clouds mostly clear throughout the night, you get a really good look at the two moons. Stars look gorgeous tonight. The moon is not. Saloon is nearing full. Yeah, It seems like it's a pretty, really, just a really pretty night after the rainstorm and thunderstorm. Is there anything you want to do while the other two are asleep?
Um, we're gonna do some basic maintenance. Just making sure our gear doesn't, or my gear specifically, doesn't rust. Just kind of like sharpen the weapon. Do I notice this? I don't have the fancy thingy. The broken wagon in
That
the corner.
okay. That stuff. That's what
The
I
door.
meant when I pulled you guys to the map too early. Um,
Oh, okay.
that stuff is important later. Um,
Gotcha.
I was a fool.
Um,
Um,
so yeah, no, just basic maintenance and
awesome. All right.
taking a midnight snack.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. How do you wake Laurel up?
Uh, same way, kind of like last time. Just kind of like give her shoulder a gentle shake, like, hey, wake up.
Oh, morning. Thank you.
Oh, good morning.
It is
I'm
technically
gonna go lay
morning.
down.
Somewhere in the you're somewhere in the realm of like 2:30ish in the morning. Um all right, cool. Laurel, roll a perception check for the first part of your watch.
Perception check. 13.
Okay. Um first part of your watch goes okay. You hear some rustling in the trees and things. But nothing particularly noteworthy happens for the most part. Around halfway through your watch, though, after it feels like Cesario has fallen to sleep, probably after Cricket's been out for a little while, um, you hear a cart coming around the bend, and as you look towards the sound, it seems like it's moving at quite a clip, and it suddenly it veers off to the road and off of the road rather, and um, it hits a rock on the side of the road and it tips, and as it tips it smashes into the tree, which is the point or the part that Cesario was talking about over here.
Oh,
um the as the cart hits the tree, the driver of the cart um slumps forward and seems unresponsive at the moment, and the horses just dive off deeper into the woods. You see bags of what look like grain maybe are spilled all over the ground, as they've fallen off the cart and broken on the ground. Um, you have a moment where you're not 100% sure what caused the crash, but yeah, you right now, you are faced with a shattered cart that wrapped itself around a tree and a couple of bags of grain on the ground.
oh dear. Well, first thing she's going to do is she's going to make her way closer to the grain and closer to the cart uh, to see if everyone's okay.
Sure. Go ahead and move your token whenever you're ready. I forgot about the zoom. I love the zoom. Ooh. So, hold on. I just need to turn a thing off. Okay. All right. So, as you get closer, the person on the cart doesn't seem to be moving. But you
Gosh.
do, as you get closer to the road, you do notice what they were veering away from. Over by the tree on the other side of the road, a black bear is. Oh, sorry. Give me a second. I was in the wrong setting to move it. A black bear starts walking out from behind the trees, and it sees you and roars at you from across the road. I will say also, Cesario and Cricket, you do hear this. This is a rather large amount of commotion. So you are snapped quickly awake by a crashing cart and a bear roaring around 60 feet away. From Cricket, anyway.
Okay.
It's closer to Cesario. But yeah.
Oh, of course it is. Just my luck. Hell yeah, Cesario. Paragon of the unlucky.
I need all of you to roll initiative, please. Give me just a moment.
Fantastic.
I have not yet run combat in Foundry, so this will be exciting.
That's an 18 from Cricket.
Fantastic.
11 for Cesario. I think to make life easier, I'm gonna roll. And does it matter if I roll initiative? Is there a tracker?
There is
There
a tracker,
is.
yes.
It'll pop. It should pop up on your screen, maybe. Once I.
It may or may not pop up on your screen, but Ava is able to put in manual rolls as well if needed.
Yeah, I'm trying to find initiative on the monster's stat block. It doesn't look like it has it. Just gotta be a straight dexterity check then.
Basically, what you do is you select all the tokens, and then you right-click and you move them to combat mode, and then you can roll the initiative that way.
Oh. What? That didn't make sense.
So click on all the tokens, right-click, and then you'll see options.
Like
everybody who's in everybody who's in the battle needs to be clicked in here, yeah.
Okay.
So select everybody who's in there, and then right-click. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see a bunch of options. I think the second one from the top, or maybe the third one from the top, is
toggle
combat. There you go.
Okay.
And now you will move into combat there. And then everybody can move into the combat
It
tab.
automatically did it. Cool.
And you can either click roll initiative there if we wanted to do it that way instead of rolling from our sheets, or we can add it in manually based off of the rolls that we had made.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. And there's the black bear. All right.
It's like, I'll roll my initiative just to see what it is, but if I roll worse, can you fix it?
Yeah, did you guys click on your token before?
We did, but it wasn't in this before.
Gotcha. Okay. I need the other two of you to roll your initiative as well, please.
I'll re-roll on Foundry.
Simplify things, right?
I'm sorry.
Given
hold on.
how everybody rolled.
Hold on.
It's fun how everybody rolled there.
My screen went black. Give me a moment, please.
Oh, okay. As far as order, I think it's all the same order anyway, so I don't think it really matters.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what happened. It was my screen went completely black for a second. I thought I accidentally hit the one button. All right. So, stream doesn't look like it got interrupted. That's good. All right. I'm gonna move us to a new screen as well. A new overlay. Look at that.
Dun.
Wait, not that yet. All right. Begin combat. Cesario, you are prone, having been spontaneously awakened. First question, does Cesario sleep in his armor?
Let me roll d20 and find out for you. Yes.
Okay.
At least on the road.
Right. Okay, so you wake up very quickly, and first thing you notice, of course, is the crashed cart, like 15 feet away from you. Slumped over body at the front of it. You're not sure what their state is. And before you can even process that, a bear across the road is roaring. What do you do?
I will I will. Uh, move around the tent. 5, 10, 15. I see Laurel staring down this bear. Uh, uh, should be able to get about here. I think it's 30. And I'm don't know what this is. I don't know what this is.
Angry dog.
It's a big dog.
Big dog, yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's only scientifically wrong.
I'm gonna have my Warhammer and shield out and ready, but
Okay.
I'm going to toss a ration at it.
Sure.
Bad dog. Ha!
Okay, sure. Roll an animal handling check at disadvantage.
Yeah, that tracks. Oh no.
It's just because the thing's already mad. You're trying to calm it down, and that's a challenge. Enticing something that is not currently hostile is one thing. Making something no longer hostile is another.
Yeah. That's a 4. Animal 4. That's a 4.
Okay.
Instead of like the ration landing at its paws, I just peg it in the side of the head.
Yeah, I mean, you got its attention, so that's something. All right, great.
That dog.
It like and just like it like flinches when you hit it and just stares at you and growls. All right, is there anything else?
I think that was my action to throw it.
Yes, it would be. Um you
That's
you
my
had to
movement.
you had to like find it. It's not like you have rations dangling from your belt that you can like grab and toss like a grenade. You had to get a ration. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it for me.
Okay, cool. Cricket, you are up next.
Heard. Uh, Cricket kind of like stirs awake and gets up and crawls out of the tent. And let's see, 5, 10. Is it still dark?
Yes. It's a couple hours
Ooh.
before dawn.
Okay. Um, Cricket had heard the black bear and like the general area where it was, right?
Yeah.
Can Cricket mimic the roar and roar back at it, trying
Sure.
to like intimidate it to like not have like it's not worth the effort to have a standoff right now?
Yeah. Go ahead and roar intimidation.
Heard. 8. Not great at it.
Your
Cricket
luck
just
had
woke
to
up. It's a little groggy. It's like a rah instead of like a roar.
it's like that scene in The Lion King when Simba's trying to mimic when Simba's trying to roar as a little one. Um
Yes.
all right, so yeah, you attempt, your voice catches partway through and it doesn't stick. Um as far as you can tell, it had no effect of any kind. Um
Cricket's just more embarrassed than anything.
I'll say that didn't count as an action because it was just talking, but like attempting to talk bear.
Yeah,
Um
you know.
so if you have anything you want to do with your action or bonus action, you still have them.
For my action, okay. all right, this is gonna be a little crazy and not necessarily like an attack or anything. Um, but could I use one of the bottle rockets that we bought in Threshold to try to like make really big noise and a light to scare it off?
You could try. Sure. Um, I will say it is already staring you down. It is already growling at you guys, and there is a fire and 4 globules of magical light that have not scared it off. However, if you want to try, go for it. It is up to you.
Well, because I'm thinking if I aim the bottle rocket at it or in its general direction because I cannot see it.
Sure. I roll. Let's say roll an attack. Roll with just your dex mod. No proficiency bonus because this is an improvised weapon. So roll just d20 plus your dex. With disadvantage because it is in the darkness and you can't see it.
Heard. And then do you want me to just roll twice? Cause, well, hold on.
So just roll a dex check and roll it at disadvantage.
Okay, that makes sense. 11.
Okay, that's not too bad. You don't hit Laurel or Cesario, so that's good.
That's a win in my book.
You also don't hit the bear, but you know you can't win them all. So go ahead and roll. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. You do hit the bear. I was looking at the wrong spot. Um,
Ooh.
so you roar back and nothing happens. So you shuffle around, lean towards the fire so that the bottle rocket catches, and then let it zip out of your hand. And it shoots toward where you heard the roar. Just barely catching the bear in the flank. Let's say roll. Let's call it 2d4. Roll 2d4 fire damage against this bear.
7.
Okay, great. So yeah, you sorry, just updating a sheet. You fire the bottle rocket, it catches the bear in the side, and Cesario and Laurel, you both hear the hissing sound from behind you, and then about a second later, the bottle rocket whizzes right between you and explodes like right by the bear's flank, and the smell of singed fur begins wafting through the space that you're in as it yelps in pain. Um, is that everything for Cricket?
Yeah, that'll be all for Cricket.
Okay, great.
Smelly puppy.
Laurel, you are up. Someone may or may not be. Someone is slumped over on the cart, and there's a bear 10 feet away from you.
Laurel sees the bear. She kind of like, okay, that's okay. That's big. That's a big bear. Okay, but there's. She's gonna move over to the person and
Sure.
see if she can't shake them awake.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and move your token. Just put it like where the trees are.
Over here.
Yeah, that's close enough. The exact placement of it doesn't matter because you know, but yeah. So you get over there, and the person is a halfling woman. Obviously looking worse for the wear because she hit a tree. You got to shake her awake. Roll a medicine check for me.
Medicine.
Yeah, I haven't had to call for one of those in any of the games that I've run recently. That's interesting.
12.
It's not too bad. You try to wake her, or you try to shake her awake, and nothing happens at first. And as you are doing that, you get a bit of a look at her, and in addition to a number of scrapes and cuts, um, you also notice a rather hefty bruise and welt like forming on the side of her head, and you think that it's possible she might be concussed, and that you may not be able to just wake her up like that. It might need more than that. Um,
Would she still have her action?
uh, I'll say sure.
She'll put 2 points of lay on hands onto them.
Sure. All right. So yeah, don't forget to deduct that from your sheet. But as you
Figuring out how.
what's that?
Figuring out how.
You might just have to type it in. That's what I had to do for other stuff in the past, like with Daisy's lucky points and stuff.
Yep.
Um.
I'm just seeing if there's a way to like put it into the chat. Is the thing like yeah.
Oh. Yeah. We can figure that out later. Um. As you well, first of all, what does your lay on hands look like? What do you do for your lay on hands?
What she'll do for her lay on hands is that she'll do kind of like a jazz hand type of thing. Sparkle fingers. And then as she reaches out, there is just kind of like this arcing, like kind of a prismatic rainbow effect that kind of comes from her hand
Sure.
to the person that she's touching. It kind of glows just woo, woo twice for 2 points lay on hand.
Awesome. Yeah, so as you do that, you see a couple of the shallower cuts sort of close. They stop bleeding. They're not fully healed or anything, but like they instantly scab over, and it seems like some of the more noticeable things get a little better. And slowly she like opens her eyes and immediately just like winces in pain and is holding her shoulder. Um she hasn't talked yet. She's just
Are you okay?
no.
Okay.
What the hell?
It's all right. We're here. We're gonna take care of you. We just have to take care of something else real fast. You'll be okay.
What?
You'll be okay.
Oh, hey, cool.
I got it to work.
You did. Roll just a persuasion check to see how much of a calming influence you have on her with your paladin goodness.
She is super calming. She is a nat 20 in calm. This is like
Yeah,
her
no.
thing. This is what she does.
Yeah, no, it's excellent. Yeah. She do you have your holy symbol visible?
She does.
Okay. And that's your god is Lathander, right?
Correct.
Okay. So she looks you in the face and looks like she's about to start screaming. But her gaze drifts and she sees the glow still fading from your hands. And her gaze drifts to the holy symbol, and you see the recognition in her face, and she just nods, still holding her shoulder. Okay. And you get the impression that she's calm, at least for the moment, unless something else happens. Is there anything you want to do with your bonus action?
That's it for now.
Okay, great. It is the black bear's turn. Let me see. I need the measurement tool real quick. Boop. I can't read that. Okay. The bear sees Cricket in the light because they're in the light, and the bottle rocket has made an impression on it rather significantly. So it is going to run just straight past Cesario for Cricket. You do have an attack of opportunity if you wish to take it, Cesario.
Okay. I am checking my stuff real quick. Okay, yeah, I will take a swing with my warhammer. Do I have a shield equipped, or am I just? I
You
do.
said you
So
pulled one out
one-handed
earlier.
warhammer swing.
Okay.
Huh?
Sorry, no, I was just
I'm
confirming.
just double checking my equipment.
You're good.
Um,
So roll your attack.
Oh my god. Where's my Warhammer? 27 to hit with a natural 20.
Nice. Okay.
I am whacking this thing in the kneecap.
So a quick question before I have you roll your damage. There are two main ways that we can really go about this with crits.
Okay.
Do you want to do the sort of standard way where you roll your dice, double your dice, and then add your modifier? Or I've seen them called a few different things, but I like the big bad crits where you take max dice and then you roll your dice and then you add your modifiers. So if it was a d6,
That's the way we typically do it, yeah.
okay. If it was a d6 for your damage die, you'd do 6, roll a d6, and then add your strength modifier. Which way do you guys want to do it?
I would prefer the max plus, because it really sucks when you get a crit and you roll 2 ones.
That is my preference as well, but I'm democratically.
Okay, so 8 plus 8 to of the stabbing. Damn. 21 points of damage bludgeoning.
Okay, yeah. As this as this thing is sprinting by you, you see it rearing up to run at you, and you sort of like drop your warhammer arm and tense, ready to attack with it. How do you want to finish this bear?
Oh my god.
And
I want to have hit it in the kneecap, and it tumbles and rolls until it like hits a tree or something, and just acme's its way into a tree.
The trees are all pretty far away. I will say what happens is so you, as it's running by you, and you drop ready to hit, because you've been in some fights before, I assume. You swing, crack it in its knee. And as you do, it sort of veers and stumbles off to the side and crashes into the dirt, slides into the fire, and as the fire catches on its fur, you get the impression that it is down for the count as its noises slowly cease. All right, that was over much quicker than I expected. I was looking at the bear and I was like, man, this might be a problem. It could totally take them out in like one hit, and you just wham wham. Awesome. All right, so
that's what happens when you get crits, though.
Yeah, no, crits make short work.
Crits make it very satisfying.
All right, so you take out the bear, and there's this moment where all of you sort of tense and just listen to the night for a second. All of you roll perception for me.
Okay. There we go.
17.
Great.
7.
Okay. Laurel, you're still pretty focused on your patient, for lack of a better word, and just trying to keep her calm, keep her a bit placated. But Cricket and Cesario began quickly sort of looking around and listening to the night, and it's almost eerily silent. You get the impression that anything that might have been close to you was very quickly put off by the sound of the bear and the bottle rocket and the sound of the crashing cart. You get the impression that there is not much else to deal with, at least at the moment. Cricket, A bear was cracked in the knee by Cesario and skidded to a stop right next to you. Um, it is not moving. You get the impression it is most likely dead.
I start walking over.
To the bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of want to pull it out of the fire.
Okay, do it.
I'm gonna grab the dog by its hind legs and just pull
Sure.
the dog out of the fire.
Move your token over and roll a strength check for me.
I'm on the wrong. How do I?
So
Broke it.
you didn't break it. You know where you like clicked on the ruler to measure? Well, first of all, did you
Figured
click
it
on the
out.
big? Okay, cool. Because that was gonna be real complicated helping you. Roll an athletics check for me.
Athletics.
Yes,
Here we
please.
go. 7 plus. Okay, cool. Where's my mouse?
Excuse me.
Oh wow, I butchered that. 15.
15. It takes you a little bit to do it, just because it's a bear, but thankfully it's not out of the realm of possibility for you, and you manage to get it away from the fire before it gets too bad with the smell of burning fur and slowly cooking bear. Um, Cricket and Laurel, are you doing anything at the moment?
Laurel is focused on trying to get the driver calm, trying to just kind of get the driver to like sit up. Kid, can you tell me how many fingers am I holding up?
Um, how many are you holding up?
Roll and find out. It's a D10.
Here, let's just for fun, let's both roll and see if we get the same number.
Yes.
Oh, we still have the black bears.
Yeah. Good job. Good job, Black Bear.
um, sorry. So your lay on hands and your calming influence have helped a lot, and she. 3.
Yes. I am. Yeah, 3.
Okay.
You're doing well.
Um, what happened? I I saw a bear and I swerved to avoid it.
It's okay. It's all right. You saw the bear. The bear. My friends have taken care of the bear. It's not gonna hurt us. You're welcome to come sit by our fire and just kind of relax a little bit, get things. I think we might still have dinner. I'm pretty sure we do. Please come join us at the fire and just relax a little bit. Dawn will be arriving soon.
Can you? Okay. Um, and she tries to get down from the cart. Give me a moment. Okay, so you say that, but I was already on the stream viewer tab.
That's cool. It did pop up.
Okay. Um. Okay, so I was just rolling to see how well she can get down from the cart. Um, basically whether or not her limbs are too badly damaged. Um, she she's moving very slowly and not very gracefully, I guess you'd say. But she manages to follow after you. And now that she's stepped down, you see her more completely, and she's wearing just really simple traveler's clothes. A really simple leather vest. There's a dagger strapped to her side, likely just for protection's sake. Um, she has short, stringy blonde hair that's matted with the blood on one side and just like looks like it probably hasn't been washed in a couple days.
Oh my.
What? I'm I'm Sarah. What's your name?
Oh, Laurel. It's good to meet you. What's yours?
Sarah.
Sarah,
Yeah.
here. And Laura will just kind of like lean down to kind of give her an opportunity to like lean against her, support her as she like helps her towards the fire.
Awesome. Yeah. So you do that. You get her back over to the camp, uh, the fire, and um, I'll say you still have some like rations and stuff you can give her if you want to, but for the moment she just looks hurt. Do either of you? I say either because of the two paladins, but I guess any of you, any three of you, um, do you do anything else to attempt to help this woman or ask her any questions, anything of that sort?
I suppose
Oh,
my big question, sorry, um, we haven't had our long rest yet. It hasn't counted.
Yeah, it. I will say over the next hour and a half or so with her, if the two of you want, if Cesario and Cricket want to go back to sleep and sort of finish off their long rest. Laurel, you finish yours, just keeping watch and talking to her.
Well, the
Um,
question is like, I can give her more lay on hands, but I would like to make sure I have something when the long rest is over.
yeah, that's a good. I'll say you can like give her the rest and like finish your long rest, just like additionally patching up any wounds any way you can, bandages, that
Okay.
sort of thing. So if you want to give her the remaining 3, that is an option.
She will take the
Um,
remaining 3.
and then you'll replenish as your long rest finishes.
Cool.
Um, you learn during this time too that she's from a farm near Crossroads, and she was traveling to Dragonhead to try to like sell stuff. Mostly the grain that was in the cart that got pretty badly ruined. Um, yeah, she's the eldest daughter of the farm and is obviously very much in worse for wear, traveling by herself out here, and yeah. I will say, well, like I said, Cricket and Cesario, do either of you do anything before you attempt to finish your long rest?
uh, yes. Cesario will give. I forgot what it was called. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. High tide to Laurel to help clean off the blood and whatnot with the water.
Oh,
Um,
Thank
right,
you.
High Tide. I'm sorry, the magical item. Yes, I thought it
yep.
was a class feature for a second, and I was like, you got to be more specific, bud. What'd it do? Um,
It makes water.
yeah, no. You have a limitless supply, or seemingly limitless at least, supply of fresh water, fresh clean water that you can use to like clean and dress wounds if you need to.
Yep,
Um,
that's and then I'm gonna go back to bed because that's Laurel seems to have this taken care of. No reason for in Cesario's eyes to get in her way.
sure.
So
Excuse me.
we'll
All right.
give her a means of to clean the wounds and then go lie down.
Okay. Um, I will. I will say. Between the multiple days of travel and the efficient combat with a bear, you have leveled up to level 2.
Yeehaw.
So,
Yay.
before you hit your little long rest button, um, actually, I don't know that I've ever leveled up in Foundry before. Well, you should be able to just do it on your D&D Beyond, and it should automatically update.
Yeah. So basically, you go to your D&D Beyond, update there, and then if you have a little button to re-import your character, we do it that way. Otherwise, we'll have to do it for you. But let us know
Um,
when you're updated.
yeah.
Okay, I am
And then, just like the server rules, go
now.
ahead and take max HP when you level up. Um, Cesario and Cricket, are both of you taking another level in your current class?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And
Cesario intends to go full paladin.
cool. Laurel, you mentioned turning this into a multi-class thing. When does that
She will
begin?
be she will be multi-classing. I have to confirm when I want to do that. Give me just a second.
Sure, no worries. Um, all right. So the rest of the long watch goes without issue, and you have a bit of time in the morning if you want to do anything with the bear uh, body before you set on your way.
Probably bury it? Question mark?
I would certainly be happy making sure it gets proper funeral rites. Do we need anything from it?
I mean, we could take like a
Excuse
claw
me.
or a tooth, or I don't know. This is a really big dog.
It is a very big dog.
Like, bears are dogs. It's now canon. Laurel is approved.
I've given up.
You know? um,
Adding that to Cricket's compendium of words they can say. I'm giving up.
Ah,
It's a very important phrase to have.
it's a good
Truly.
one. It's a very good one.
All right.
You know, I think that Laurel is going to multi-class now into sorcerer.
Okay, cool. Um, what is her sorceress origin?
She is divine soul.
That makes sense. I don't know why I asked.
I know, right?
All right, great. So you spend a bit of time in the morning giving the bear a funeral. Um, a curious practice for a wild animal, and Sarah does watch you confused while you do this. Why? Why are you doing that?
why not?
I mean, it's not a person. What?
It still is alive.
Right, but I mean, we don't we don't hold funerals for trees. They're alive too, right?
Well, they are, and maybe we should. You know?
Maybe. She just looks very very like unsure of what to make of it. Um okay. Well, what which way are you guys heading? I forgot to ask. I'm sorry.
Oh,
And she'll look over to Cricket.
where were we headed again?
TyrSol.
We are heading to the nearest city, port city, to get a boat. I forgot
To
what it's called.
TyrSol.
Summit. You are going to the
Summit.
town of Summit to catch a boat. Um.
Yes.
Okay. Um. And she walks over to the bags of grain and just looks at the two that are busted open on the ground and just sighs. Looks like she's on the verge of tears almost, and she like hoists the one up on her shoulder. And between your paladin magic and just dressing wounds, as well as the time that she was able to spend, um, she has a bit of strength to her, and she can. I'm I'm heading back. I'm gonna continue towards, uh, Dragonhead, but, um, thank you for your help.
Of course. Um, please, if there's anything we can do for you, to make anything easier, please just don't hesitate to let us know.
One of you doesn't have a cart, do you?
Not really, but
And she'll like reach into her pockets and she'll hand her 5 gold.
maybe this can help, like, get it back.
Her eyes go wide, seeing you just like hand over 5 gold to a stranger. I, I couldn't accept that. That's
This would help you get your cart back, though, wouldn't it?
when I get to a city, maybe, but that's so much. I couldn't.
It's all right.
Um, okay. She sets the bag down carefully to like grab the gold. Thank you.
Of
Um,
course.
if you're passing through crossroads, just look for my family's farm, and um they could help you with like somewhere to stay if you need or something. Um
That's very kind. Thank you.
yeah, it's just the Harfeather farm. It's like right outside Crossroads, okay?
Okay.
Just tell him Sarah sent you. All right.
I'm down to 2 gold. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, giving it away to a random hurt stranger is very paladin of you.
Yeah. Very, very Laurel.
Um, she sets on her way towards Dragonhead, not moving at a very quick pace between the large bag of grain and being hurt. It is very much a challenge for her, but she seems to be doing her best to just keep on trucking. And the three of you set on your way toward Crossroads. Um, you'll be crossing the river, then the town of Crossroads, and then from there you'll be traveling to Summit. It's like a road. Yeah, actually on that note, let me get us back to the oop. Heck. I am struggling to navigate today. Let us get back to the island map. So you are on the other side of these mountains. Probably a day and a half or so ahead of Crossroads. Oh, still raining. Ha. Great. Okay. All right. The road stretches out before you. You set on your way, feeling like you helped someone you didn't know, and you continue your journey. And that is where we will end this section of tonight's stream. This is where we'll end this game for tonight. We will be going on a break, and we will see you at about 45.